Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a fun one because I am going to be reviewing and demoing the new Fenty Beauty Liquid Killawatt highlighters. Before I get into it, I just want to address the elephant in the room. I have been absent for about 3 weeks. It's been since I've filmed 3.5 weeks, which I think is the longest I've gone in like a year without filming. So I just kind of want to address that a little bit. First of all, this is my new background. I have this old vintage phone that my grandfather gave me. He has since passed, so it's really special to me. And then I have my little Christmas tree in the back, which probably won't be here for my next video because I think this will be my last video of the year. We'll see. I'm not gonna like stop myself from filming if I have a great idea, but I'm kind of giving myself some time to relax because I've had a hard couple weeks. I'm gonna try not to cry. So first of all, we moved into this new house the same day as my baby shower. Baby shower, whoa, not pregnant, not pregnant. Bridal shower. I swear I'm not pregnant. I need to fit into my wedding dress, hopefully. Yeah, that's another thing I'm stressed about. But when we first moved in here, this room was mint green and I did not want a mint green background. I didn't want there to be like a green cast over my videos. I didn't want that to like skew any colors. So I wasn't going to film until we got this painted, which took a long time, much longer than we had expected because we had the death of a close family friend. So we had, you know, a lot of services to go to. It was a lot. And then on top of that, which seems much less, severe in comparison, but it was just like another stressor. I feel like everything just happened all at once. My cat Debbie, she had bladder stones, so she was peeing blood. Sorry if that's like really graphic, but it's what happened. So we had to take her to the vet immediately and had a $650 vet bill, which at Christmas time was just like not good for me. I am already stressed financially with the pandemic. I am allowed to work, but there's just not a lot of bookings coming in if I'm being honest. So business is really slow right now, and then the holidays are coming up, which is always a tough time financially. And then I get slapped with a $650 bill and I have to travel like 2 hours to go to a visitation and a funeral and everything. And I'm not complaining, obviously. Well, I guess I kind of am, but it was just a lot. And then on top of the move, I'm really bad with change, so on top of that, it was just a lot for me. There were like other little things that were going wrong, but nothing. Those were like the 3 main things. And then on top of it, this was my own doing. I made a probably poor decision. I got a horse. I know that seems random, but there was an opportunity for me to get a horse for free. She's awesome. It's just, it probably was not the time, especially not financially. I don't really know what I was thinking, but I kind of thought, like free and, like a quality horse that just needed to be rehomed. And so I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And I wasn't thinking about, the financial aspect that comes along with owning a horse. It's crazy to even say that. It's been my dream since I was a kid, and I just thought, this opportunity probably won't come around again. So I decided to go for it, and that threw me into a panic because I was terrified that I was not ready for this kind of commitment, for this level of responsibility, like, I don't know. But I've since, kind of settled into the idea. Her old owner will take her back and rehome her if it doesn't work out. I've only had her for a couple weeks, but all seems to be going well. But there is always that, kind of backup plan if things don't work out. I don't know why I made that decision. So that sent me into a panic. And then my doctor diagnosed me with situational depression. I've never really been depressed before. I mean, I have, but like for like a day, like I just have a really bad day, so it's not really depression. So I've never struggled with that. It's always been anxiety for me, and I had like a couple weeks there where I was very, very depressed, and taking care of myself was like really, really, really hard. So they've upped my medication again. I wasn't too crazy about that happening, but it needed to, clearly, because brushing my teeth was hard. So they increased my meds last week, so they must be starting to work because I'm starting to get my energy back, and you know, I'm not sleeping as much. Anyways, that was just a really long-winded explanation as to why I have been a little bit absent. Thank you guys so much for all of your sweet words. I posted an update on my channel. It was like one of those posts, like a written post, and you guys sent me all well wishes, and I really appreciate that. And I am still struggling a little bit, but filming usually puts me in a good mood, and these Fenty Beauty highlighters came to my door and I was very excited. I haven't gotten PR from Fenty in a very long time. I am going to break down the product a little bit. So these are obviously liquid highlighters. It's supposed to be their Killawatt formula, but now in a liquid. They're supposed to dry down, be pigmented, and give you glass skin. They retail for, I don't even remember, I think it's $36. I just looked at it. That's the one thing with antidepressants, is it gives me the memory of a toad. It's insane. I have zero short-term memory. $36 Canadian, and you get 15 milliliters of product. Comes in 5 different shades, and it's available at Sephora as of now. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and swatch each shade for you, and then we can get into a product demo and my final thoughts. So the first shade, I'll go from, actually let's go darkest to lightest. Why do we always go from lightest to darkest? Why does the lightest go first? Let's go darkest to lightest. The darkest shade we have is called Butter Brownie. It's like a deep bronze. It's so pretty. I have no idea what I would use this for. I really wouldn't be able to use it, but it is such a beautiful tone. It's very deep, very rich. I'll sheer it out for you a little bit. And that is the shade Butter Brownie. Look how pretty. Next up, we have the shade Honey Hottie, which is, it's almost like a lighter version with a little bit more copper to it than Butter Brownie. Very beautiful as well. Also, quickly, just a disclaimer, we've moved and we're right on a really busy road now, so I'm gonna have to get some soundproofing. Please be patient with me during this video. I didn't realize how loud it was in this new filming setup until I started filming. Since we're on, it's called a highway, but it's not really a highway. It's just like a busy-ish road. We have a lot of transport trucks going by, and that's like what the really loud noises are. So I'm gonna get Ryan to soundproof this room. So hopefully by my next video that will be fixed, but I just wanted to, you know, apologize for that and just let you guys know that I'm aware that it's quite loud, the background noise. So yes, hopefully that will be fixed. Hopefully that's an easy-ish fix. But yeah, this is the shade Honey Hottie, so you can see the difference there. It is warmer and slightly lighter. So those are the 2 deepest shades. Then we have the shade Hustler Baby 2.0, and Hustler Baby is in their powder formula as well, and it was a very popular shade when Fenty first launched. I actually am surprised she didn't do a trophy wife, but this was also, like, I would say one of her most popular Killawatt highlighters in the powder form. So she also, I don't know why, I can't twist my arm like that. Okay, there we go. I can't twist my arm this way, so I don't know why I decided to swatch like this. I feel like that's a pretty big jump though between shades. Like I feel like there could be a middle one. I feel like there should be a shade in between these two. And then for the lightest 2 shades, we have this really light pink called Vintage Velour. I am wearing this one today. So I feel like those 2 are rather similar, Vintage Velour and Hustler Baby. I think that there should be one in between. She probably should have done 6 shades because these 2 are rather similar. Hustler Baby is just a little bit deeper than the Vintage Velour color. So yeah, I don't know. I just think there's too big of a jump in between these shades. And lastly, we have the lightest shade, which is called Sidechick. This one isn't the most pigmented when swatched. It's like a light opal-y color, and it has a gold reflect to it. So that is that shade right there. I don't know why I always swatch on like the inside of my arm, and then I can never show you guys the swatches. So there is the full shade range there. Honestly, I think she could have done 6, but who am I? I'm not on the Fenty team, that's for sure. So yeah, it's still a pretty solid range. Okay, so now that I've described the product and swatched all of the shades on my arm, let's get into a little bit of a demo. Okay, my friends, so I am going to test out these liquid highlighters. I'm gonna test out 2 shades, the 2 lightest ones that would be most flattering for my skin tone. So that would be the shade Sidekick and also the shade Vintage Velour. I'm gonna try both of these, one on each cheek. I'm really gonna have to soundproof this window because this traffic is insane. just another thing I have to do before I can like really get into filming. Anyway, to keep things as fair as possible, I tried not to set kind of in this area. I did have to set my under eyes. I used a cream contour. I used the Huda Beauty Tantour in the shade Light. And then I also used my favorite Tower 28 blush in the shade Power Hour. So I really did try to keep it minimal on the powder products because sometimes creams can be a little bit finicky when mixing with powders. And I really want to give these like the best shot. Just because they don't have the best reviews, I will go ahead and read a couple for you. So this only has 2.5 stars. Granted, it only has 12 reviews. So what are people saying? It's a glittery disappointment. All you see with the shade Sidekick is the glitter returning. It blends well enough, but it has a very glittery finish that I wasn't expecting. You can't feel the glitter, but it looks like a disco ball threw up on my face. It just isn't my cup of tea. And that's the shade Sidekick, which is the one we'll be testing. So, ooh, another review on the shade Sidekick. I love the other Fenty highlighters, but this was just not for me. Hard to blend and eventually fades away, leaving just a few sparse specks of glitter. For the shade Vintage Velour, this liquid highlighter was beautiful on my light medium skin, but I was most impressed with the staying power. Normally I have to set liquid highlighters with a powder highlighter, but this lasted till I washed my face, and it was gorgeous too. This is a review for the shade Honey Hottie. It's a 1 star. I usually don't do this, but I think I will be going back to the store. There's just no reason to keep this in my stash and try to make it work. It does absolutely nothing on the skin. It just kind of disappears, even going in heavy-handed. It's just underwhelming, and I can't believe Fenty missed the mark here. Now I'm kind of nervous to try this. This is a good review for the shade Sidekick. I was interested in this product as a quick and buildable highlight, but even more as a liquid eyeshadow with a little bam, and it delivered. It works well as both. Is it groundbreaking? No. But the color is unique, and it really complements my neutral light olive skin tone. It's long wearing, and I don't find it to be chunky, uneven, or hard to apply. Probably the most notable thing is that they did not skimp on product. In most product tubes, there is a good amount of air. I don't like glittery highlights, so I'm gonna try to go in with an open mind. But so you get 15 milliliters for, how much is this even? $36. Okay, that seems a little up there, but I guess it is 15 mils. Like, that's half a foundation. So that's $2.04 per milliliter. I am gonna do a quick comparison to the ones by LYS because these are also liquid highlighters. They are also a black owned brand. This one is a clean black owned brand, but honestly, like the clean beauty thing, I think it's all like mostly advertising, but that's just me personally. So I am going to compare them swatch wise. I'm also going to compare the cost. So this is 18 milliliters. So you do get 3 mils more in the LYS product. I did do a video on the LYS highlighters. I can link it in the cards up above if you're interested. And I do really like this formula. That's why I'm comparing the two. So this retails for $25 and you get 3 more mils of product. So just putting it out there so people can make an informed purchase decision. But back to these, let's try them out. I'm gonna try with my finger first, I guess. I do really like this lightest shade Sidechick. It's like an opal shade, but when you shear it out, it turns gold. It's really quite beautiful. Let's try with our finger first. That might have been a bit much, might have been a bit over ambitious. Okay, it is patching up, applying with my fingers. That is pretty common though among liquid highlighters for me. I don't really like applying with my fingers, so maybe I'll just try blending it out with a sponge. But I did want to just, you know, give it that initial try. I took it up too high, my bad. It's not, it's pretty bad honestly. Yeah, that really sheared out to nothing, didn't it? And it also dried really fast, so I have like this patch under my eye that's like really stark. I'm just gonna dampen my sponge a little bit more to try and get that to blend out. Ooh, itchy nose. Ooh. It is pretty. Is it though? You know what? I'm starting to think that it's not. It is just very glittery. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more and see if I can build it up. So far, this isn't going very well. So I took it a bit lower on the cheek this time because that was my bad. Yeah, it definitely doesn't give a glass skin look. It just kind of looks very stark and there's not a lot of shine to it. It just looks like a white pale cast on my face. Let me zoom you in and see if I can... Oh, is that, oh, that's as close as we can get. Okay, hold on. Let me scooch in on my chair so you can hopefully see a little better. There's almost no reflectiveness to it. It dries down nicely, like it doesn't feel super tacky, which is nice because I hate that feeling. I don't know if you'll be able to see the gold glitter particles, but that's really all that's like left behind. Okay, so that one didn't go so well, the shade Sidechick. Let's try the other shade. This is Vintage Velour. I don't think this one's gonna be as flattering on me because I am super fair right now, but let's, you know, give it a shot, see what the other colors are like. This one's like a pearlescent pink, and I already am not gonna go in with my fingers because that didn't go over so well. I'm just gonna spray my sponge again, just so we have it like really nice and damp. Okay, so this is the shade Vintage Velour in a swatch. This one does seem more reflective and less glittery, so let's hope this shade's a little bit better. Okay, this is looking a little more promising. Might have gone for too much again. Where's the shine going? When you blend it out, I don't understand. Like, it's so reflective on my hand. Like, do you see that? It looks very beautiful. And then you put it on your face and it's still reflective, but then you blend it out and it's not. It just kind of goes away. Very strange indeed. This one doesn't have the glitter particles though. I'll show you up close. Let me just scooch in so you can see there, hopefully. That's one layer. Maybe I'll try adding a second. That's so weird. Like, where are they getting the glass skin element from this? It's something I don't really understand. It just looks like a very unpigmented powder highlighter almost. So this is with 2 layers and it looks a bit better. Like, I do like this one better than this one, which I wasn't expecting. I really did like the kind of golden sheen because I am more yellow undertoned, yellowish neutral, and sometimes pinks don't always look good on me, but I do prefer this one, the pinker toned one actually. It's not terrible, it just isn't doing anything. Like, it didn't really lift my foundation or make anything look patchy when applied with a sponge. With my fingers it definitely did, but it's just not really showing up. It's just not really giving the effect that I want it to. Like, I think the reviews were fairly accurate. It doesn't look like glass skin. It kind of looks like a very subtle, slightly chalky powder highlighter. All right, and that didn't really go according to plan, so I guess I'll just zoom out and give you my final thoughts. I think it's pretty obvious what they're gonna be, but let's talk some more anyway. Okay, my friends, so I think it's obvious the way I feel about these liquid Killawatt highlighters. I don't like them. They're not that great. They're a little bit expensive for what they are. The nice part is they do dry down. Like, this doesn't feel tacky at all. That's the one part I do like about this formula. Shade range A+, the fact that it dries down A+, love that. The shimmer and shine, yikes. This side's a little bit better. Is it though? Yeah, it's not good. By the time you build it up, it just is very unflattering and patchy. So it's a no from me. The only good part is that it comes with 5 shades, and I was really looking forward to this shade Sidechick. Yeah, disappointed. I would definitely go with the LYS. They're cheaper and you get more product. So I'm just gonna give you a quick little swatch breakdown. So if you're looking at the shade Hustla Baby 2.0, the shade Brave from LYS is pretty similar. So this is the shade Hustla Baby and this is the shade Brave. I'll shear them out a little so you can see. The shade Hustla Baby has a little bit more of like a champagne element to it. So that's it right there, and that is the LYS one. It looks so much more reflective when it's thick in a swatch like that, but it shears out to nothing, so it's just, I don't know. And then if you're looking at the shade Butter Brownie, which is this one right here, you can use the shade Fearless from LYS. They are quite similar. So here they are sheared out a little bit. This is Butter Brownie and then this is Fearless. The only downfall that LYS has in comparison to Fenty is they only have 3 shades as opposed to 5. And if you're really fair, I'm not sure if their lightest shade Brave would be fair enough for you. I'm really fair right now. This was okay for me in like September, October, I think, when I reviewed this, but I think it would be a bit too dark for me now. These are also more sheer, but if you're looking for that actual glass skin look, I think these would be a better option. The thing with the Fenty highlighters is they do dry down, and I don't think it's really possible to have a highlighter that dries down while still giving the glass skin effect, if that makes sense. I think it still has to remain a little bit tacky in order to obtain that effect. So I don't think that these were actually marketed that well. One other product that I haven't actually tried, but I would still suggest trying because they have really good reviews and they're similar product with a similar shade range. It's the Rare Beauty Positive Light Liquid Luminizer Highlight. I have not tried this product, so again, please take this with a grain of salt, but it has over 4 stars on Sephora.com with 588 reviews. So that's a pretty high rating, and they have a color, it looks like, for every skin tone. Like the shade Sidekick could be duped by their lightest shade Enlighten, which is more of a lightish champagne gold. Their vintage Velour could be duped by the shade Enchant, which is their lightest pink. Hustla Baby 2.0 could be the shade Flaunt or Transcend. The shade Captivate might be a little bit too pink toned for the shade Honey Hottie, but you could always give it a try. And then the shade Reflect could be for Butter Brownie, but I think this would be a better formula because this just isn't it regardless of the shade range. And yeah, I think that is it from me today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much for watching if you've made it this far. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. I just really appreciate you being here. It helps me so very much by you watching, so thank you. This will probably be my last video of 2020, I think. Oh, it's not 2020 anymore, it's 2021. I think I said 2020. So yeah, I will have some, you know, kind of year roundup videos going up in the new year, and I will see you guys then. Have a great holiday and a happy new year. Bye guys.